Let us understand what is a list comprehension. List comprehension, which helps you to make custom lists in very potent and practical way. For example, see, the list comprehension can be used to make new list by extracting from other lists or iterables. Okay, let us see how to create a list comprehension. So I'm just creating my list. Okay, that is with few list elements, and if I want to make the if I need a same element in my another list, okay, in my list 2 also, I need these elements as a in my another list. So what I can do is I can use for I in my list. Okay, what it will do is it will fetch all these elements to this new list as well. Okay, now I'm just going to print the new list. Let us see how it is working. Okay, so if you just try to print the new list, you can see how it works. So what happens here, have created the new list. In the list comprehension, I have started with the iterator, so you can see that what happens here. So that is I is becoming and it is storing 23. Okay, and then 34, and then 5, and then 6. So this is what list comprehension. Okay, and what happened here, it returns all these value into the my list 2. Fine, now the my list 2 is here with the list. Okay, so this is what list comprehension. So list comprehension is made inside the list. Okay, that is within the list. We can use the for loop, like as usual. What are the syntax we will be using? We can use the for loop. So this first I is what exactly the element. Okay, this I is what exactly the element, and the second I is the iterator. Okay, so this first I will be fetching the element, and the second I will be the iterator, which will fetch each and every element from one list and save it in the another list. Okay, so let us see with another example. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another list. Okay, in my list I'm going to use 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then in my list 2 I'm going to use I plus 2 for I in my list. Okay, so now what it will do is I'm just adding plus 2, that is instead of first I, okay, I have used plus 2, where we have implemented a map function to the whole list. Let us see how it is visualized. I'm sorry, is equal to. Okay, fine. So now 1 2 3 4 5 is in my first list, and what happens here, okay, I is 1 2 3 4 5, and you can see here that the first term, because I have used plus 2, right? So I is equal to I plus 2. So first one 3, it starts from the 0. See, in the third, in the second index I have 3. Okay, so what happened here, it started from 3, because I have given here I plus 2, which is my element, the first element to be displayed. So 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so it is just storing these values and it returns the 3 4 5 6 7 to my list 2. Can you understand the logic? So what happens here? This is the element. So I'm just trying that this is the index value of the element. Just trying here that I have to fetch the second index. Okay, so let us try one more thing. Instead of I plus 2, I'm just giving I star star 2. Okay, what happens now? It starts from, let's visualize it. So what happens now? 1, okay, and then 2 to the power of 2, that is this particular element has been powered, okay, that is 2 square, 3 square, 4 square and 5 square, that has been printed here. Okay, so this is what we call it as a list comprehension. In list comprehension, we can also use conditions, conditional statements. Okay, so let us have the same list. Okay, in my list where I'm just giving if I, that is the value I is less than 3. Okay, so let us execute it. So see what happens now, which is less than 3, that is 4, right? So I, the first one is printed, and 2 to the power of 2, which is 4, until then it is printed and the execution is stopped because I have used the condition here, like that I is should be less than 3. Okay, so that is what you can also use the conditions. Okay, so this we call it as a list comprehension. I'm just summarizing it. What is a list comprehension? A list comprehension is a powerful tool that will help us to make custom lists in very efficient and a practical way. Okay, so it may be a bit different while if you are just starting with the list comprehension, but it will be very easy if you started using it. It is very useful if you make new list by extracting from an other list. Okay, like it can be replaced with many functions, and you can easily create the list easily in a single line itself. That is why we just go with the list comprehension. Okay, it is somehow it is equal to a map function or a filter function and a conditional statement and loops. Instead of implementing all these things, we can directly go with the list comprehension itself. Okay, so as while discussing, I just told that it also replacing the map, right? We will discuss about the map in the next video. Let us understand map function. Map function is used to apply a function to each of the items in an iterable form. This actually used with either a dictionary or a tuple or a string or list or some range of objects. Let us understand this with an example. I'm creating a list. Okay, I'm just going to create a list, that is my list. Okay, and inside that I'm just writing my favorite programming languages and also some tools which I know. Okay, so now I wanted to create an another list. Okay, I'm creating another list using the map function. The purpose of the another list is that, see, that list should be the length of this list. For example, if it is Python, okay, the length of Python should be the another list. Length of Python, length of R, length of the tableau, length of Power BI should be the list item, that is a list element in the second list. Okay, so what I'm doing is map length. Okay, which length I have to decide. So that is the first list, the list which I have created. From that list I have to create an another list. Okay, so I'm just printing the list of my list, because this is also a list, right? So I want to convert it into a list. Okay, so let us see what is the output. Okay, so here what I'm doing, see, it will fetch the length. Okay, the length. So the expected output should be like, see the list, in my list 2, it should have the length of this. Okay, 3 4 5 6. So for example, 6 comma 1 comma 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 comma, like that it should be the length. Okay, let us execute it and see what happens here. Okay, so now you have the list, and if I give, so it is using the map instance. Okay, the my list is the map instance, where you can see that the my list 2 is having the length of these element. Okay, python, the length of python is 6, the length of R is 1, the length of Tableau is 7, and the length of Power BI is 8. Okay, so I can map it, mapping the length and creating a new list. Got it? Did you understand what is a map? Okay, here you can use map according to your expectation. Okay, so that is what the exact function of the map. Got it?